turn it now. We're gonna sing it out for all the world to hear. Oh, 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 oh. The sun has begun, something to shout about. Let it be known that our God saves, our God reigns. We lift you up, up, let it be known that love has come, love has won. We lift you up, 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 oh. Nothing can stop us now, nothing can keep us down. We found our voice again, oh, 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 oh. No need for tears and shame, and while we're in His name, come on, freedom reign. Let it be known that our God saves, our God reigns. We lift you up, up, let it be known that love has come, love has won. We lift you up, 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 oh. We lift your name up, higher and higher. We shout your name up. We shout your name out, louder and louder. We shout your name out. We lift your name up, higher and higher. We lift your name up, Jesus. We shout your name out, louder and louder. We shout it out now. Let it be known that our God saves, our God reigns. We lift you up, up, let it be known that love has come, love has won. We lift you up, up, let it be known that our God saves, our God reigns. We lift you up, up, let it be known that love has come, love has won. We lift you up, 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 oh. Let it be known that our God saves His rose to the throne. Let it be known, let everybody know that love has come, love has won. Let it be known, our God rose straight to the throne. Let it be known, let everybody know that love has come, love has won. All right, good morning, Medic Church. God, thank you very much for joining us and worshiping with us this morning. And it is definitely true that, let it be known that our love for Jesus should not be a secret. We should be shouting it from the rooftops. And so, we're going to continue to worship this morning with this next song. It's definitely a follow-up to this first song that, since we want to let everybody know our love for Jesus. We also want to let Him know that He is magnified. Where creation suddenly articulate with 1,000 tongues to lift one cry, from north to south and east to west, in Christ be magnified. Where the whole earth echo in His eminence, His name would burst from sea and sky, from rivers to the mountain top, with hear cries be magnified. Oh, Christ be magnified, let His praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Sing it, oh, Christ be magnified from the altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me. Every creature finds it in most melody. Every human heart is a native cry. Anyone in rapture, building Christ be magnified. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let His praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Sing it, oh, Christ be magnified. The altar of my life. Christ be magnified in me. I won't bow down to idols, so stone and worship you. If it puts me in the fire, I'll rejoice 'cause you're there too. I won't be for my feelings, hold fast to what is true. If the cross brings transformation, you can hang me there with you. Your death is just the doorway to a resurrection life. And I will join you in my suffering, and I'll join you when you rise. I won't ever be done in glory with our angels in your state. My heart will still be singing, my song will be the same. Oh, Christ be magnified. Let His praise arise. Christ be magnified in me. Singing, oh, Christ be magnified. The What could I do? Offer this heart, oh God, completely to you. So what could I say? What could I do? Offer this heart, oh God, completely to you. I'll stand with arms high and heart abandoned in awe of the one who gave it all. I'll stand, my soul, Lord, to you surrender. All I am is yours.
God, we just want to thank you so much for this day. God, as we give our whole surrenderance to you, God. God, we pray today over the rest of the worship, God, that we don't have any distractions, God. God, anything that anybody's prayer request that needs to be met today, God, we just ask you to meet each and every need this morning. In your name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to Medic Church Online Campus. We're so glad you guys are joining us this morning. Hey, if you're brand new, you're here for the very, very first time, we want to say thank you. If you're on our online campus, you'll comment, I'm new. If you're here in person, there's a card in front of you. Just fill that out. Stop by our VIP area. We want to give you something very, very special and tell you how awesome it was for you being here with us today. Man, I am jacked up. Hey, I told you guys we were trying to do a little bit things different. So, hey, if you notice that, hey, Pastor Michael, things are a little weird. You guys are a little bit later than you normally are with the announcements. Hey, we purposely done that. So we're trying some new things. But talking about new stuff, I want to tell you guys about some awesome new things that are happening here at Medic Church. Are you guys ready for some exciting things? Anybody? Oh, yes, there we go. You guys, man, you crowd over here, y'all are awesome. Pump it up. These guys over here, y'all are super awesome. Y'all definitely my loud amen corner. These people over here, y'all need a little bit of work, but that's okay. All right, y'all ready for some new things that are got to go down here at Medic Church? How many of you enjoy all of our sermons, all of our things that we do here each and every week? How about I tell you that we're doing something cool? Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. So starting today, we will be uploading all of our sermons starting today and this point forward. We're going to start archiving some other things. Will be available on YouTube. Not only will it be available on YouTube, but we are working actively to live stream to YouTube so we can get other folks to reach more than just Facebook. We want to get out. I told you guys that one of the biggest things we were working on when you guys give is that we wanted to reach more people, and that's one of the things that we were actually trying to pursue, and it's because of you guys is why we're able to do those things. Not only are we doing YouTube, a video YouTube, but we are also going to be doing a podcast every single week where we can distribute this out to even more people. So I am pumped up. If you guys do not get Facebook notifications, please make sure that you guys are getting those because all this information will be released on there. We'll put links up every week. And not only have we been vamping up some things to make our messages get out there any further, we have been working hard to update our website. Who likes giveaways? Me. So now when you go to www.facebook, I got you. www.medicchurch.com. If you're on your mobile device, we know that more people use their mobile device than they do the actual desktop. So we are strategically working hard to make our mobile website a lot better. So if you go on there right now, you can give. You can find out all of our information. You can get the Connect card that are filled out here in person. You can fill that out online. But there's a brand new button on there called sign-ups. Ooh, sign-ups. It's big, it's red, it's the bottom right-hand corner on your mobile device. If you click that, you can sign up for baptism. We're going to be doing baptism this year. If you're interested in joining our worship team, you can sign up for that on there. If you're interested in joining our new membership class or joining the church, hit that red button right now. But I also have something big on there that we're going to be doing in the month of February, but we're going to start it right now. So you guys go in there and sign up. Are y'all ready for this? We're going to be doing a Valentine's Day giveaway, so you can hit that little red button, click there, click the first one right there, sign up for the Valentine's. It's all there for your guys' convenience. And so I'm pumped up about those things. I'm excited. So got live stream coming, podcast coming, and all the sign-ups are all on there for your convenience, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I also want to tell you about giving. Again, none of this could be made possible without you guys that graciously gave. And so by going online there, you can click that green button on the mobile device. All this stuff is accessible through the desktop website as well. The tabs are just set up at the very top. Very, very big. You can't miss them. And so, but again, nothing this can be made possible without those that gave. Listen, you can give online. Right there at the church's website. Very, very easy. Follow the simple instructions. You can also mail here to the physical location to the church, 108 Headley Creek Drive here in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina, 27041. You can also we have set up text to give. And all you have to do is whatever dollar amount you want to give, you just put that in there and you text to 84321. Now, the first time you do it, there's a little bit more steps you have to take. You have to go in there and sign up, put your card and all that stuff on there. But it's very, very easy, very, very self-explanatory. And so it's very, 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 very convenient for you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, but once you do that, and once you got everything set up, all at that point, you just have to text the amount, whatever, hit send, and you're set up and good to go. So, and again, that number was text 84321. The first time you do it, it's going to give you a link. Click it, search Medic Church, and just follow the simple instructions. All right? Man, you guys are awesome. Y'all are awesome. I love you guys. Y'all are so cool. Thank you guys that graciously gave. Hey, I want to tell you, not only today we're going to be starting a brand new series. I am pumped up about this so much. Let's check out the video for it.
We were just kids, just living it wide-eyed, innocent, minivan flow like a tenement. We were just kids who believed in more than just dreams, in more than just justified ends to a means. With the sky wide open like a child, eyes open like a child, unbroken by the wheels gone by. We know who we are in the fever of you. Who we got nothing left to lose.
All right, man. I am pumped up about this series, brand new, called Unfriended. Man, who in here has ever been unfriended, either on social media or in person? Anybody? Anybody? I know I have. And how many in here, we'll go a step further, in the last week have been unfriended? Oh, bless your hearts, bless your hearts. So let's continue to pray for our nation, pray for our leaders, pray for our government. We want to continue to pray for those individuals, whichever side you stand on. I don't get into politics or political stuff, but continue to pray for our nation because we desperately need that. But I have a message today titled Me, Myself, and I. Not confuse that movie, Me, Myself, and Irene, because where's Irene today? Is Irene here? I don't see Irene, but Trina, calm it down. That's Trina's sister, Irene. But me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Man, that kind of self-centered, don't it? Self-centered. Y'all quit being self-centered. Sometimes our self-centered is probably why you got defriended on Facebook. Ain't that right, Trina? So what is this word that we constantly hear about? The word unfriended is kind of a new word, right? This didn't happen back in the day. And I kind of get ahead of myself, but the word unfriended can be an emotional roller coaster, right? Sometimes it's good to be unfriended by people, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you guys agree? I know for me, there's certain people that I had to unfriend in my life because, I didn't need that negativity, or I didn't need the problems that kind of come along with that. So it was a good thing to be unfriended. But what about those times where you got unfriended when you just don't know what happened? See, what happened was, what did I do to them? I thought we were best buds. I thought we were cool with one another. I liked all their stuff. I was commenting. I was getting, all their Facebook notifications. Their granddaughter put something up. I liked it. Their kids put something up. I liked it. They're out eating sushi, and I liked their stuff. I was commenting, man, that looks good. You had sushi down there in Mount Air yesterday, and it looked good, and I didn't get none. I'm jealous. Unfriend you. You didn't invite me. I tell you, and what's crazy about it is in today's society, people get unfriended for a lot of silly things. Wouldn't you think about it? So I remember one time that we done a Facebook invite to one of the girls' birthday parties. It's easy, it's convenient, it's awesome. It's nice just to be able to send us going out and getting everybody's address and, having to get labels and stamps and cards and fill it out and then RSVP. Facebook was a lot easier for that, right? And so we sent this out to the friends that we thought that we got everybody. We thought we had all the friends labeled. Everybody wrote down. We were checking them off as we were inviting them. And guess what happened? We missed somebody. And not only did we miss somebody, but they got so upset about it that they went in there and they unfriended us from the Facebook. Ain't that pretty dumb? Hey, it was an accident. It happened. I'm so sorry. I can't think of people unfriend me for dumb things. I don't know why people unfriend me sometimes. Actually, I do. I got unfriended not too long ago because I preached a message and I dug deep and I talking about how Jonah run away from people and he run away from what God was telling him. And guess what happened? And I said, I put something on Facebook, or I posted on Facebook, and I got unfriended. I believe that. Are you okay? She's choking up over here. Drink some more, Dad. I don't want you to die on me. This is Medic Church, and we can help you, and God can save you, but I don't want you dying. And we got a live stream. We can't be doing. I'm just kidding. You all right, for real? You good? All right, wrong pipe. All right. There's two pipes in there. They go left and right, and went down the wrong one. But I was speaking the truth, and I guess they couldn't handle the truth. I like that movie. You can't handle the truth. I don't know what the rest of the movie is about. I just know that's the only part in it I remember. But I liked it. He said, you can't handle the truth. And I got deleted by a few people on Facebook. So I had this app downloaded that any time you block me, you unfriend me, or you deactivate your Facebook, I get a notification on it. That's how cool technology is. Don't ask me what the app is because I have no idea. It's something on the phone over there. But I have an app for that. They make apps for everything. And so it puts in our mind, but it gets in a roller coaster of emotions when we get unfriended. And you feel betrayed sometimes. I was like, what did I do to them? I just preached the gospel, and maybe I missed them by accident when I didn't invite them to the kids' birthday party. It was an accident. What did I do to them? Can't take it. Let me not break my podium here. I thought it said stadium. That'd be cool if we had a stadium, wouldn't it? Anyway, but it hurts. It gets deep. Sometimes, people take it really to heart. If you unfriend me, whatever, I don't care. I got like 1,600 friends. I can't keep up with all you guys. So if you unfriend me, whatever, I don't. But some people take it personal. Some people go on there and they go, well, I know I have 5,000 friends, and I know if 2 people delete me because I've seen my number go down. I know if you delete me, or if I see that number go up, that's a good thing. But if you delete me, I know if it goes down. And it messes with them. It takes it to heart. But this word, unfriended, wasn't actually added into the dictionary up until just a few years ago. I think from what I could find, it was in 2009 when it was actually added to the dictionary. Based on what I could find is what it was added in there, and it was actually the word of the year in 2009. I don't know what happened in 2009, but some stuff must have went down pretty bad for it to be the number one word or the word of the year. That's pretty crazy stuff. Now, back when I was a kiddo, when I was young, and maybe like you guys, we didn't have this word unfriended. We just didn't talk to you, or we just didn't hang out with you at the cafeteria table. We'd go over there and I'm like, all right, Bill's over there. I'm going over here to eat. Hey, guys, listen. I heard that he had cooties, and we can't touch him. We got to go over here, and we got to go. Bill's over there. We got to go over here, and we're gonna sit on the other end table. Or back in the day, we had dodgeball, and you know, you always did anybody play dodgeball? Little rubber balls. If you dodge wrench, you can dodge a ball. I remember this time where a kid, he was the best. And it didn't matter how many dodgeballs you threw at him, he would jump, he would spin, he would dive, he would curl. I don't know what all he'd do, but you couldn't get him. So we was like, we ain't talking to him. I don't be near him. So we gained up on him and threw all of them at him. He still dodged them. And he got us all out. But we were like, we're going to unfriend him. See, we just wouldn't hang out with him. Sometimes, even if we didn't like you, we'd send you a message. You remember them days when you liked that girl or you liked that boy, you'd write on there, will you go out with me, put a box, yes, no, and you'd fold it up and you'd send it to somebody. Well, that's what we would do back in the day sometimes with people. Hey, are you friends with Bill? Yes, no, maybe. I always hated the maybes, right? But see, this word, you know, is an epidemic to our social media thing. And you know, back when Facebook first was started, you could either be friends with somebody or you couldn't be friends with them. If you added them, the only way to get rid of them was to unfriend them. If you didn't like what they were posting, you had to unfriend them. Thankfully, now they got this cool little feature where you can hide posts. What I want y'all to know is y'all don't know how many of y'all's posts got done hid. Not y'all, because I like y'all. Online campus, I like y'all too. But there's people on there that, you know, they got that feature where you can unhide things. And guess what? You don't know any difference at that point. You don't know if that person don't like you or not. And it'll probably make your life better. Hey, that's cool. Be more like Mike. Pastor Mike, I don't want Facebook to affect me like that. We're going to dive into that here shortly. But see, Facebook, you know, it started, let me see my notes here. I think just past 2003, 2004 is when Facebook was actually created. And so what are we, 16 years? Is that where we're at? Somebody check my math, fact check me. 16, 17 years. Man, 18, man, Facebook, don't be fancy me up. No, I'm just kidding. 18 years. So Facebook is old. It's getting old. And you know, most people, I think there's roughly over 128 million people that are on Facebook. Or that's just here in America. So that's a lot of peeps, right? That's a lot of people. And so, but did you know that there's about 50% of the users on there have roughly 200 friends, give or take? Anybody know exactly how many friends they have on Facebook? Anybody? I do. It's 1,623 when I last looked. And that's probably before I got unfriended just now. Y'all are looking. Y'all get off your phones in church unless you say, I'm just kidding. But now y'all are curious. Now, you know, our online campus, now they're curious. Hey, Pastor Mike, hang on, we'll be right back. We're going to go back and see how many friends we got. But roughly about 50% of the users on Facebook have about 200 friends. That's a lot of people to keep up with. I mean, for me, like I said, I have roughly about, 1,600 people on there. And I mean, that's a lot of people to keep track of. Now, I do know that I have friends on there that have Facebook accounts that have passed on, and their Facebook accounts are still active, and I don't know how that works, but so I know that I don't truly have 1,600 friends. I have some friends on there that have multiple Facebook accounts, and they keep sending me friend requests. Stop doing that because I don't know which one's real and which one's not. But think about it. Think about how many friends that you have. All right, let's step off of Facebook just for a second, because I know there's other people, and when you watch this replay later on, because now we're going to YouTube and we're going to be on podcasts, and so some people don't have Facebook. Think about your friends outside of Facebook. Think about those people. How many of those individuals do you keep track of every single day? One. Sometimes I don't even keep with Tasha that much. Did you talk to Tasha today? I don't think so. No, we talk every single day. But that's a lot of people to keep up with. And that's a lot of different people's opinions. That's a lot of different things going on. Let's just keep it at the bare minimum. At 200 people. Man, 200 people on there posting on Facebook. Let's just say they all post. That's a lot of different things that the people are going through. That's a lot of different feelings. That's a lot of different road rage out there. That's a lot of different food that they're going to be cooking. Now, I like when y'all post food because I get food ideas. So back in the late 1900s, there was this thing called AOL, America Online. Who in here remembers AOL? Me, I used to love it. I used to like getting on there and hearing all those little weird sounds, and you couldn't pick up the phone because it'd kick you off the internet, and it was just a pain in the butt. Kids today will never truly understand what it was like to get on the internet back in the day. Welcome, you got mail. But see, in order to connect with somebody on AOL, you had to know what? Their username. You had to know what their extension was. Y'all want to know what mine was? Because they're not active because I killed it a couple years ago. It was at Tater Tots Rocks 777. It really was. Tater Tots Rocks 777. And so not only did you have to know my username, or you had to know the username because there was no pictures. Thank God. Because some of y'all back in the late 90s, thinking about them hairdos back in the day. But see, there was no profile pictures. There wasn't nowhere to post pictures. There was nowhere to post Facebook post. All you could do was get on there, chat, hang out with one another, and chill. You can get in what they call chat rooms. I don't know if chat rooms are a big thing anymore, but you get in chat rooms and you could talk and communicate with one another. You'd be in the middle of something. You might be talking to that special one. And you'd be like, I love you. And all of a sudden, bloop, Mom, you picked up the phone. I was talking to my girl. You're killing me. But that's how it was back in the day. And you didn't have all these things where you knew exactly who you were talking to. Sometimes you've been talking to a robot. Sometimes you're still talking to a robot, but that's besides the point. And so a few years later, they come out with this cool thing called Classmate.com. Now, I couldn't never figure it out because they wanted you to pay for it, and I was cheap, and I didn't have no money, so I didn't want to pay for it. So we skipped that whole Classmate.com. Anybody do that? I remember signing up for it, and I got something, in an email, and people tried to connect. Basically, social media was for one purpose, and that was to communicate and connect socially with, friends, relatives, and loved ones, and things like that. So after Classmate.com come out, there was this cool website named MySpace.com. Anybody in here still got an active MySpace account? We got one. Are you on everything? I don't remember my login. That's what we're hearing. But see, a lot of people, they swapped up. They got rid of the AOL. Now they went to them. They got rid of American Online. Now they're on DSL. Now you can pick up the phone and you can talk on the phone and still be on the internet at the same time. Anybody remember doing that? Hey, what's happening? What you doing? Oh, I'm over here on my AOL, chit-chatting, hanging out. But see, what was cool about not Facebook, but MySpace was most of us had back then were flip phones. Back in 2003, who had flip phones? Flip phones. Man, those things were cool. You could sit there, and when you had to send a text message, you had to push the number like 2. You had to push it like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 times to get the corresponding letter that you wanted. And heaven forbid if you misspelled a word, then you had to back up, and especially if it was a long one. And see, what started being cool about MySpace was it had pictures. You could talk. You could communicate. You could text. You could have people begging for your top 8 spaces. You guys have MySpace, have no idea what I'm talking about right now, do you? So let me back up a second. So when you're begging for your top 8 spaces, you could pick friends that were your top people over on your, because you could set up your page, you could design it how you want to, you could put decorative stuff, you can make your text big, you can make it small, you can make it different colors, you can customize it. It was basically a customizable web page. It's pretty much all it was, where you could connect with your friends, and you could pick 8 people that you could put on there, and you could have a number 1. Oh, I have my best buddy, and then you could have the last one on there. And what happened was, I had one time, this started a conflict at a church I went to. This started a big thing, and what happened was is they're like, hey man, yeah, how come they get to be number 1? I want to be number 1. I should be number 1, and they're number 4, or they're number 6, or they're number 8, and I can't take it anymore. I'm going to delete them. True story. Started a big ordeal. I had my phone going, hey man, what's going on with this? Why they number 1? I'm like, listen, I ain't in the middle of this. Y'all take it up with yourselves. So what happened is a year later, in 2004, or late 2003, early 2004, Facebook was invented. It launched out, but see, most of you wouldn't know this because it wasn't made publicly known out to the general public until 2006. Woo! And here we are, almost 20 years later, with Facebook. And we hanging out and we chilling, and we don't have people begging for our top 8 spaces. We're over here and we're hanging out, and we're still unfriending people. We're still trying to connect with individuals. And I love the purpose of Facebook. I love the purpose of social media. I love that I can connect with friends that I haven't seen in a long time. I haven't seen since I was in middle school or high school. Or I have friends that I went to church with at a young age that I don't get to see that often, but thank God for Facebook. I can connect with them, and I can see how their families have grown, and just likewise they can see how my family has grown. And see, all of these things I've talked about, Facebook and MySpace and internet, AOL, all those things again were made to build relationships. To build on our relationships that we have. Here at Medic Church, we believe in building relationships with our community and our surrounding areas. We believe every one of you come from a different background where we all can come together and connect and serve God, and God can restore the brokenness in our lives. And that's what's really cool about social media is we can build our relationships. That's one thing that we are striving to do is to build those things up with our community and build up our relationships. But see, there is the downside of Facebook. And all of you know, in the last 3, 4, 5 months, how hectic Facebook has been, how crazy things have been, where you see everybody's opinion and you see everybody's different thought process, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of y'all keep posting them ugly pictures. Y'all need to quit posting. Quit using filters. Because y'all going to get lost one day and they ain't going to be able to find you. But see, I like when I post something on Facebook, or I see a post on Facebook and I go in there and I like, ooh, I know I commented on that because that was a good one. And all of a sudden, it's gone. All of a sudden, I done got deleted because I done commented on something. And I spoke biblical truth behind it, and all of a sudden I get unfriended. I go in there and the big red X is on there. Please reload. There is a problem. Please know that there's an error occur or someone took down the post. This link is no longer available. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yes. See, I want you guys to know this whole series that we're going to be talking about through the month of January is going to be so driven about unfriended. Now, we're going to be talking about other things too, and there's people unfriending you off Facebook and social media and in life. But see, I want to dive into this. And the first thing I want you guys to write down if you're taking notes is there's a different connection between the quality of your relationships and how you see yourself. There's a different connection between the quality of your relationships and how you see yourself. Now, but you know, Facebook, again, they got some good things on there. I love reconnecting with people, and I love seeing how friends are doing. I love see how my friends and the church community, how their churches are doing, and how I can, we can work together to make things happen. But there's a lot of problems on there, too. And so what happens is a lot of times the quality of our relationships is how other people see it, right? And or how you see it yourself. I know for me, when I look at me and Tasha's relationship and I look at our life and I look and see how things are going with us, I think we have a pretty strong and well relationship, a pretty what we call healthy relationship. Well, Pastor Mike, you saying that because you're up there on stage. No, I do agree. We have a pretty decent relationship, a pretty good one. Now, we fuss, argue just like every other people do, and she throats punch me, and she chases me around the house, or she starves me, and she won't let me eat, and she won't let me do this. She's like, yeah, right. But it's how you see it. It's how, you may have met somebody, in your life that thinks highly of themselves. Wouldn't you think? Anybody ever known that? I know them people that think really highly of themselves. I know for me, and I tell you guys this all the time, I think I'm a very well confident driver. So what I mean by that is if you got the vehicle with me, we might do some daring moves. We might race the car beside us. I might yell and fuss at them because they sit at the light too long, but you're going to be safe. We're going to have a good time. We're going to speed, and we're going to get up, and we're going to do awesome things. And I think about myself as a good person and somebody that has a higher standard of driving. And I also think for myself that I think highly of myself, that I'm very dependable for people. I'm very helpful. I'm very, outgoing. Sometimes I'm outspoken. And it's got me unfriended. But see, it's how you imagine yourself and how you take yourself and your mindset and what you're putting in. See, you have the ability to change the quality of your relationships. You got a crappy relationships, you have the power to change it. I told Tasha I'm going to come up with a sermon series called The Power. But what I tell you was, I forgot. The power of choice. The power of choice. And I believe that we all have that power. And we all have the power to change the course that we're on. You have the ability to set yourself up and to put yourself in the direction that you want to go. But see what happened was. So y'all say, see what happened was. See what had happened was they come out with this thing on social media called hashtags. Y'all see that? Hashtags. I did that earlier. I'm like, what is that? And it's like, that's hashtag. All right, so there's this thing called hashtags that social media coming out with. When I first seen it, I'm like, why is everybody putting the number sign up there? I'm like, what is this? Hashtags. See, hashtags is a label we use to define something. Hashtags are a label we use to define something. Man, how many here, online campus, and even here in person, you guys can do it. Y'all can text in church. It's okay. I want you to put your favorite hashtag in the comments. I would read them, but my phone's over there. But I'm going to tell you mine, some of the ones that we use a lot, especially on the church's page. Hashtag Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. That's one of my favorites. Now, my absolute favorite is hashtag Medic Church. Hashtag I love my church. Ooh, this is going to be a big one. Hashtag coffee. Ooh, I love some coffee. Hashtag root square 3 shoe turtle squirrel shoe. Translate that. Baby, we want to know what your favorite hashtag is. We love reading your comments. We love seeing those things. But what is, hashtags make up and they define what we are, and they talk about what something is. What I like about it, and I'm trying to get Tasha to help me with social media and how we can post things to again reach more people. And she said, hey, you got to add hashtags. I'm like, what's that do? She's like, well, when you click on hashtags, it takes you and it gives you more information about something. It defines, what things are. It tells you what they are. I'm like, cool, I'm down. So I went in there and I put hashtag Medic Church and like, bloop. And so anytime you guys put hashtag Medic Church, guess what? I get to see what you guys post, and it's so cool. And it takes people to the church's page, and it's very, very awesome. But see, sometimes, and there's some things we use to put labels on that we shouldn't be putting labels on. Hashtag ugly. Hashtag you need a new dress. Hashtag you got holy pants. You really do. They're holy. Hashtag you need a new car. Hashtag you got bad breath. Hashtag get a Tic Tac. Hashtag I done lost the church. Hashtag you need a better speaker up there. But again, what was meant for good can be used for bad too. What was meant for good can be used for bad. And see, I want you guys to know there's only two kinds of people that can hashtag something. Number one is called the maker. The maker. If somebody wants to make something, if they want to design something, if you guys want to make something and design it, you have every right to label it however you want. It's like Nike, for an example. They have the right to put the check mark up there. They have a right to say whatever they want to about their product. Our friends down in Mount Airy that have the coffee shop down there at Pages, they have the right to design and make whatever coffee that they want. And I want you guys to know, they hooked me up one time. And y'all don't know, I got a love for donuts. And so they made me a donut coffee. It's so amazing. Y'all need to go check them out. Hashtag Pages Coffee. They're awesome. But when you're the creator of something, you have the right to say what you will about it. You have the right to put a hashtag on there the way you want it. So the maker has the ability to do that. Whatever it is, it can be anything. And something else that makes up, has the right, the hashtag, is the buyer. The buyer. So the buyer can say, hey, man, I bought this product. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. Amazon has what on it when you buy something? I don't know how many of you guys do this, but they have something called reviews on there. You can go in there and you can check out the reviews of an item. And that's the first thing I do. When I go in and I buy something off Amazon.com, first thing I do is I'll go in and I'll look at the reviews because I want to see what people are talking about the product. These people that have bought these items or the particular items, I want to see what luck they had with it. I wanted to see what they were going to put, what they had to say about the particular item. But see, when I buy something, let's say like a baseball glove, I have the right as a buyer to put a label on it. I can put my name on it. I can mark it how I want to. I can color it in because it's mine. I can do what I want. And so the question is, who has the right to hashtag you? Who has that right? Who has the ability to put a hashtag on you as an individual? Is it the maker? Is it the person who made you? Is it your mom and dad? Is it your loved ones? Is it your spouse? Who has the right? Is it your friends? Who has that right to put a hashtag on you? Who has that right to label you? I want you guys to know that there are powers in labels. Power in labels. How do I know this? because I've been labeled so many times that it's unreal. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, whether it's right or wrong, labels will ruin people. Labels will tear people apart. And that's why I tell you guys and urge you with caution to always, always, always know the facts before you put a label on somebody. I remember when I started a brand new job, I come in and they say, hey, you're working with such and such. Well, they're this, and this, and this, and this. I'm like, okay, I got you. I said, but listen, I'm going to form my own opinion first. Before you, I've taken what you said in, I've gathered what you said, but hey, let me gather my own opinion first. And I encourage you guys to do that before you just take somebody as, hey, even if they're your best friend, if you hear what they're saying, just say, hey, I heard this about such and such. Ooh. How many ever done that? Ooh, oh, girl, let me tell you, Sally Sue, she done cheated on her man. He a bad guy. Wait a minute. Get your facts straight, because it could have been, nobody has any idea what truly may be going on. So before we label somebody, get our facts straight. So I'm going to tell you guys that people are going to label you based on certain things. They may, I got a few here. They may hashtag you as unattractive. Ooh, Pastor Michael, that's me. Well, some people will, and that's what they're going to do. And they're going to look at you and say, "Hey, you're just unattractive. I don't want to go to your church, Pastor Michael, because you don't wear suits and a tie. You're not attractive enough to be behind the pulpit." Okay. But people will do that. They'll label you and say, "Oh man, he's up there in a Ninja Turtle shirt and a hoodie. He can't be good. I'm crazy. Hashtag crazy." And then they'll label you by hashtag failures. Man, I showed you guys last week about the Facebook post where people put up, and the teacher put up as an example. She intentionally marked the first one wrong and had the rest of them right. The rest of the problems right, and the class started giggling. And she told them that, people want to point out your failures, but they want to see all the other success that you have. Don't let people tell you that you're not going to make it or you're not successful because of one mistake. Maybe there's some other ones in here. Maybe people are going to label you as hashtag divorced. And I want you guys to know, I don't believe in divorce. I don't believe that you should divorce your spouse. I think that you should try to do everything possible to work it out. But if there's no other means and there's no other things that you can do, then by all means, especially if there's abuse, there's problems in your life and you need to separate and there's nothing else that possibly can make it work, get out. Pastor Michael, the Bible says God hates divorce. That is true. God does hate divorce 100%, but he doesn't hate the individuals that got divorced. Don't let somebody label you as a hashtag divorce and feel like that you're no good. Divorce is not a death sentence. It's not like you're walking around and you're never going to be in another relationship. You're never going to be able to succeed and find love again. And I want to encourage you that you're not damaged goods. Because God has a plan. God has a purpose. Sometimes people just, like I tell people all the time, tell my kids, we were young and dumb at one time. Sometimes we just run into things that we shouldn't have run into, and we made a mistake. But thankfully that God's grace has forgiven us. And I thank God for his amazing grace. And go on and say, can't let go of things. Hashtag can't let go. We talked about in the last sermon series about letting go of things because bitterness can set up. Pastor Michael, why do bad things happen to good people? I don't know, but I can tell you that God's preparing you for your biggest blessing yet. Let go of things. Let it go. Maybe hashtag you're addicted. Maybe you're addicted not just to, when people hear the word addicted, they automatically think what? Drugs and alcohol, right? But there's more to addictions than just drug and alcohol. There's porn addictions. There's food addictions. I'm addicted to food, and I shouldn't be. I'm addicted to prescription drugs. I'm addicted to Facebook. I'm addicted to social media. I'm addicted to whatever. It could be whatever. It's not just labeled to those two things. It can be labeled as being addicted to things maybe you can't let go in your past. Let it go. Let's keep moving. Maybe it's hashtag overwhelmed. Getting overwhelmed with different things, and you don't feel like that you can ever get ahead. Well, we thought we were doing good, and the COVID is, the numbers were going down, now they're going up, and they're telling us this and they're telling us that. And I just can't take all this information. And my best advice to you, get off the news if you're having that much overwhelmed with things that's going on. You want a better life, get off the news. Get off social media and quit listening to a bunch of dummies. See, God made each and every one of you, and He sees your love. He has a dying love for each and every one of you. God loved you so much that He sent His Son, Jesus, to die on the cross for me and you and everyone else on our online campus. Anybody watch this replay later on. God loves you that much, and He sees the purpose in each and every one of you. And it says in the Bible that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Nothing we do, any past mistakes that we've made, nothing can separate us from His love. And I want to encourage you today that if you're struggling with that, and you're struggling with your past things, or people put these hashtags on you, to know that nothing can separate you from the love of God. Let's look at the First Chronicles. 1 Corinthians 6 and 19. You do not belong to yourself, for God bought you with a high price. See, God loved you so much, again, that He sent His Son, Jesus. You don't belong to yourself, you belong to God. That's why we always tell you guys, give your whole self to God. Don't give just a portion. Don't give just the arm. Don't give just a leg. Don't give your whole self. Give everything that you have to God. Let's see. God made you. God bought you. And He is the only way. And He's the only person who can hashtag you. God is the only person that can hashtag you. Because He bought you. And He made you. Let's open up. Let's look at Matthew 11. Let's see. I think it's verse 28 here. It says, then Jesus said, come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. I love this verse. It says, Jesus says, come to me. He didn't say go away. Yeah, look at that. He said, come to me. Come to me. Come to me. Don't go over yonder. Hey, Sally Sue and Trina, all these people done hashtag me with all these things. They put all these different labels on me. I need to go in the opposite direction. No, you need to take it to God. God, I know that they're talking about me. I know they've done me wrong. And I know they said things that they probably shouldn't have said. And God, I need to be, God, you're going to have to show me grace. You're going to have to show me mercy. And help me to move on. And God, take these things from me. Last week we talked about having the luggage, and we had we told you to kick things out of your life. Some of y'all need to let go and kick some more things out of your life. Look, we got rid of our baggage up here. You guys can come on. And I want you to know that there are some hashtags in your life that are acceptable to put. And that are acceptable to God. And it's the hashtag of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes it can be hard. But God forgave us. God showed us mercy. And when we didn't deserve it, God showed us to be better when we shouldn't have been better. God showed us that no matter where we come from, no matter what background that we're in, that He still has that love, grace, and mercy for each one of us. Another hashtag we can use is new. New. Because when you are new in Christ, when you say, God, forgive me of my sins, you are become a new. It says the old shall pass away and you will become new. Now, that don't mean you have to go back to being a baby and all that, but it becomes a new you. It's a new person that you are. Hashtag champion. Champion. The Bible tells us that you're not a victim, but you are a victor. You are a champion. You are somebody that has overcome, that has, done great things. And I love what else the Bible says, that you are more than a conqueror. You are more than what people tell you. They're more than when the enemy showed us and tried to tell us that Jesus was dead and that he was in the grave. But Jesus, on that third day, the devil wanted to tell us that the battle was over, that it didn't mean anything, that everything was done, that everything was out, that Jesus was tapped out. But on that third day, when the stone was rolled away in the tomb, Jesus stepped out of the tomb. He was more than a conqueror. He overcome things. He was the champion of the champions. And the same God that showed the mercy and love to us is the same God that showed the mercy and love to you. And the final thing is to be a world changer. Hashtag world changer. Today is a day that each and every one of us can be a world changer. I want to encourage you, if you're on social media, to post positive things. Don't get wrapped up in the mess that's going on, and don't get wrapped up in the negativity. Be a world changer. Don't fall trapped to what the enemy wants to do. The enemy wants to get you bound up. The enemy wants to tell you, hey, you need to comment on this. Hey, the enemy's going to tell you that you have to speak your mind. The enemy's going to tell you, hey, it'll be okay. It's just a little bit. Don't fall into the victim. Because we're not victims. We're victorious. And we are the champions. Let's pray this morning. Father God, I want to thank you so much for each and every person that's in here today, God. God, that's watching online and watch the replays later on, God. God, I want you to let us all know that when people in this world have put hashtags on us, God, that they don't matter. God, that when they put labels on us, that those things don't matter. God, the only person and the only labels that matter are the ones that you put on us and the ones, God, that you give us. God, don't let us be distracted by what the enemy wants to continue to put in our minds, God. God, we want to put a hedge of protection over our minds, God, and our families, and God, all over our social media accounts. Because right now, the enemy is doing everything he can to shake us up and make hashtags in our life and labels in our life destroy us, God. God, we want to continue to pray over our nation, God. God, you are in control, and God, you continue to lead the directions that we're going. And God, if somebody don't know you, let them know. All they have to do is say this simple prayer. Dear Jesus, forgive me of my sins. I know you died on the cross for me so I can live forever with you. In your name I pray. Amen. If you say that simple prayer, hey, you made the best decision in your life, and I would love to hear about it. One of our teams, if you're here in person, if you're online, if you'll comment, I prayed the prayer. We want to give you something this week to help you. And so let's continue to worship with our worship team.
Every eye is fixed on you. Burn away every distraction so you can move. Come and move. We won't hesitate to bring you praise. Open up the gates of heaven, right here, right now. We seek you, right here, right now. We trust you. Your presence falling down, our worship pouring out, right here, right hesitate to bring you praise. Open up the gates of heaven right here, right now. We seek you right here, right now. We trust you. Your presence falling down, our worship pouring out, right here, right now. This is where healing starts. This is where our lives are changed. Spirit, come and break through, break through. You have made a way. This is where we belong. Here in your full embrace, Spirit, come and break through, break through. You have made a way. Spirit, come and break through, break through. You have made a way. Right now, we see you. Right here, right now, we trust you. Your presence falling down, our worship pouring out. Right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. We seek you. Right here, right now, we trust you. Your presence falling down, our worship pouring out, right here, right now. Right now, we seek you. Right here, right now, we trust you. Your presence falling down, our worship pouring out, right here, right now.
All right, let's give it up for Jesus. Man, I am so pumped up about 2021. You guys just don't know. Hey, do not forget about Text to Give. That's something brand new that we're doing. You can always give online, www.metachurch.com, green square at the bottom, follow simple instructions. Hey, and the new things we got coming up this week, we will be having podcasts available, as well as we're going to be uploading all of our sermons up to YouTube as well. Stay tuned for Facebook posts. Please make sure you have liked and subscribed to our Facebook page if you haven't done so already. All right, you guys, excited? I know I am. All right, you guys have an awesome rest of your week. We'll see you Sunday at 10 a.m.